Hello everyone, my name is Hectic and this is an updated GTA guide on the facility. Now I'm gonna properly label this, and this is a property guide, not really a business guide, because the facility is a property. The only thing it does is allow you to start up a heist, which really isn't a business. That's more of a property, just like the apartments. So let's get into it. How do you buy your how do you buy a facility? You will go to Maze Bank foreclosures. You can hit facilities. Location really doesn't matter too much, unless you do setup missions for Doomsday Heist. But pretty much with everything, stay away from Paleto Bay. You can have some ones down here. The best one that you're probably going to want to get is Landak Reservoir for 2.95 million. The one that I have is Duran's alternative wind farm. This one was about, I forget if it's like 1.8 or if it's like I think it was 2.0 million dollars to get, so very expensive. But then this, what upgrades do you get? Again, cosmetic is up to you if you have tons of money lying around. Orbital cannon will cost you $900,000. You know what this does? This basically one-shots any player on the map, but it costs you about, what was it, 750,000 to do. This we know as in the GTA community as a menace to society. Do not get this, otherwise you will not be seen as a good player anymore. Yes, as a bad sport is what you will be seen if you buy that, but you can't do that. Security room, well, for 775 will allow you to send mercenaries after players. This I've heard is pretty good. They're actually somewhat effective, but it will come at a cost as usual, $775,000 for it. I don't know how I feel about that one. The lounge, I mean, it's a lounge, you know, $75,000. But if you want up to a premier lounge, $340,000. Sleeping quarters, you probably are going to want to spawn here for some reason, because you don't want to drive like 3 miles to it. But that will cost you a little bit. I think it costs only like 80,000 to do that. Yes. So what all does this thing do? It has basically 2 to 3-ish functions, if you want to call that. This is annoying to exit, and this place is huge. Quite honestly, it's way too large for as little of what it does. It doesn't do a whole lot. So as I mentioned, the first thing that it does is allow you to start up the Doomsday Heist, which is in the planning room right here. Yes, this is the planning room for the Doomsday Heist. It's okay to do, is what I've heard. Not many people do a lot of these, but they are better than the apartment heist as far as payout goes. This PA system is annoying. This is why you can't record videos anymore. So I'm going to go down here. None of this basically serves any purpose. I'm already getting lost in here. I want out the door, and I want down these stairs. So useless, dude. The next thing that you can do in here is store the Avenger. Yes, and the Avenger is almost like an MOC, but in the air. Yeah. I'm trying to find this area where you hold it, and I'm lost, dude. What is this, dude? I can't find my way through. I think it's this way. You can also store armored vehicles around here as well, like I have. Hang on, I will have to show you. If you can't tell already, with all of this stuff, this is how annoying. There we go. That's how big it is. Look at all of that basically dead space. It is. Yes, but in here is where you can store right here, right in this middle slot, is where you can store the Avenger. Around here, you can store personal vehicles slash weaponized vehicles. Right now, I do have the Insurgent pickup up there. I will note, I think it's for every single weaponized vehicle that you want to store in here, which you can store a total of 5. I think you could store a total of 5, if not 12. I know, like, I think it's 7 personal, 5 weaponized. I'd have to double check that, but you can. I think you can store normal vehicles in here. I'd have to double check that. You're like, oh, great, Hectic. Like, what good of a guide is it if you don't even know that stuff? Yeah. I bought this for the weaponized stuff. Yeah. So I failed to do my research. Yes, I was like, ooh, it can hold weaponized vehicles, and then I purchased it, and then I probably looked up how much it can hold. What's the capacity in here? Probably like a month ago, so I don't remember it. But yeah, you can hold these vehicles in here. You could drive them in and out. To get them in here, however, it's not as simple as buying like the Insurgent custom. What you do have to do is buy the Insurgent. Then you have to have unlocked from your bunker some sort of weaponized weapon for that vehicle. You do have to weaponize it, and then you have to have a weapon workshop in either an Avenger or a mobile operations center, and then you can upgrade it into the weaponized vehicle, and then you can store it in the facility. I just learned that yesterday, and so between then and that, I had to spend all of my Cayo Perico money to do all of that to store this in here for this video. Yes, and the camo's pretty bad too for that reason, is because it's through the bunker research is where you have to do all of that. Yes, and bunker research sucks. Yes, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for not making profit off. Yes, and unfortunately, it's the only way that you can get these unlocks. So, but the facility, yeah, you could hold a lot of these in here. I'm gonna do a tour of this one day when I have much more vehicles that you can put in here. But yeah, that's the process that you have to do. So facility really doesn't do much except for be a storage facility and let you start up a heist. So it's a property, not a business. I know I labeled it as a business in my other video. That is incorrect. This is why it's an updated video. So in conclusion, what I do want to say, honestly, and before I go on a rant on this, I'll just say it as refined as possible. I think the facility is too big for its own good. Like, it has this part, and you could probably just put the planning room in there, and then that's how big it is. It doesn't need to be as big as it is. I can see why aesthetically. Also, just to start up a heist and hold vehicles, I don't think is worth it. I mean, especially with what you had to do to hold weaponized vehicles. Like the high-end apartments, you can have up to 5 of those with like cars in those. That actually has some bit of value, as well as starting to heist. Yes, because people like collecting cars. You can't really collect a lot of cars with a facility, if you kind of see my point within that. But I wonder one day, or sorry, not wonder, but one of the things that would be nice to have in the facility, maybe a safe. Make it like the arcade. If it's going to have a garage and it's going to allow you to start up a heist, why not have a passive income method like a safe or some sort of other business element into this? Yes, because this is expensive for what it does. And the Doomsday Heist, while they do pay out okay, they take a while. I've heard Doomsday Heist is, besides maybe the OG Heist, or one of the lesser played heists in the game. I said lesser, not the least, but lesser played heists within that. But I don't do a whole lot of heists, so Do I recommend that you buy this? If you want to, definitely don't buy it first. Maybe buy it last. But I can't believe I bought this before I bought a Kasaka. But yeah. So let me know what you think of the facility in the comments down below. Do you like it the way that it is? Do you think it needs something more of a business aspect to it? Let me know in the comments down below. My name's Hectic. See you guys in the next one.